Hey, this is Dave. Thanks for joining me for this episode of An Abundant Life. I'm heading down to talk to my parents right now. They've been an instrumental part, obviously, in my life, and spent a little time looking into is how music has played a role in our life, both together and then also then in my life. So I hope you enjoy our little discussion and activities around music. We'll see you in just a sec. My dad just recently turned 84, and my mom just recently turned 82, and so he and I are going to be leading singing at our church on Sunday, and so I'm going down to work on the music, and we'll see where it takes us, and just see where it goes. So I hope you enjoy this. The position my dad had, his vocation, is that he was a minister of music at the different churches that I grew up in, which then inevitably would lead to all of us in the family being involved in the music with programs and concerts and what have you. And over the years, I just developed a real love for music. This led to many memories of me and my sister. We'd gather around this piano right here that my dad's playing at. We'd gather around the piano. We'd cram in next to him, one on each side of him, and we'd practice singing, and he'd play different songs for us, and we'd learn them and sing them. And my sister, who I mentioned talked about in a previous video, had just a fantastic voice. And so she really blossomed in the singing part of that, and mine was just more of a love of music, and then just being involved in programs where I could, and singing when I had the opportunity, but just a deep love of music. One thing I really learned from my dad was commitment. My dad was committed to God. He was committed to my mom, his wife, and family. And he was also committed to his craft. What's this little snippet? So how often do you practice now, Dad?
How often do I practice the piano?
The piano.
I play the piano every day. Well, it depends. Sometimes I get carried away and go for a half hour, 45 minutes.
Every day he practices for 30 to 45 minutes. And some days he gets carried away and it goes up to an hour or so. Every day for 75 years. So I extrapolated that out. So let's just say that you'll just have to trust me on the numbers. Let's just say with the performances in there as well, he would probably spend 600 hours a year at the piano. 600 hours a year for 10 years is 6,000. He did that then for 75 years, so multiply that times 7.5. 6,000 times 7.5. 45,000 hours my dad has spent on the piano. That's commitment. So as we got done practicing, I wanted to see if my dad would remember a song he sang with my sister Dana. So she was about 7 or 8 years old when they sang this song, which was over 50 years ago. The one you and Dana sang. something happened to Daddy.
Something happened to
Daddy. He's not the same anymore.
Things are different. Things are different at our house like never before. Mommy says it happened to Daddy, I know. Yeah.
My involvement in music as a young child and then through the more maturing years, it pushed me out onto stages and platforms. I was always out in front of people, either speaking or singing or whatever. And that really benefited me throughout my whole life. I didn't have that fear of public speaking that so many people have. And as I got into my career, I found out what a benefit that was, because I spent a lot of my time at work in front of people, in front of meetings, in front of doing presentations, talking to the board of directors, talking to the shareholders. And so just having that comfort and confidence of speaking in front of people, and I correlate that directly back to my being out on the stage at church as a young age, and just learning to be comfortable with that and learning how to control my nerves. In the company that I worked for, my employees, they'd always judge how well the company was doing by how much I was singing in the hallways, or how loud I was singing. If I was spending less time singing and I'd get that concentrated look on my face, and I always seemed to have a purpose and a place that I was going really fast, they started to get a little bit nervous. So I'm very humbled by the example my parents gave me, and how they passed down that love of music to me. I haven't mentioned my mom much, but she was very involved in all this as well. But they passed down this love of music, and I'm hoping now, as I have grandkids, I'm hoping that I'm passing that love of music down to them.
Good job.
By the way, we led singing on Sunday. It went really well. We probably lead singing at our church once every 2 or 3 months. I'd love to say that people enjoy hearing me, and I do think they do, but I know that the highlight of the song service is hearing my dad play the piano. He just has a gift, and he has really worked to make that gift even more special. I hope you've enjoyed this look into my life and how music has contributed to giving me a more abundant life. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm having a lot of fun making them. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, please hit that like button. To close out, here's one last little snippet of my dad playing the piano at church. Thanks for watching.